colorful landscapes, fewer people, and fantastic weather at places all around the world, this list of spring holiday ideas is only the tip of the iceberg as winter gives way to the season's bloom. So get ready as we walk through some of the best spring travel ideas for 2024. But before we begin, make sure to like this video and hit the subscribe button. You can also turn on the notification bell to keep you updated on my next uploads. Now let's get into it. Starting off the list at number 10 is go Scilly on a garden tour of Britain's southwesterly islands. The Isles of Scilly is an ideal spring vacation with sugar-white beaches, teal-green waterways, and lush subtropical plants. In a fantastic 6-day tour, you can stay at the Atlantic Hotel in St. Mary's and go by boat to Scilly's few inhabited islands, where you're likely to see common and bottlenose dolphins, whales, and the Atlantic gray seal. You can also have supper with the head of the Isles of Scilly Animals Trust, who will provide a unique glimpse into the island's natural animals. You'll also get a guided tour of Tresco Abbey Garden, the 19th century botanical garden sometimes known as Kew without the glass. Next at number 9 is take a wonderful train excursion through the Dolomites to Lake Garda. There is only one way to view Europe's stunning alpine area, and that is through mountain railway. This 9-day trip to Italy includes a leisurely train ride from London to Italy, an overnight stay in Munich, and 7 nights at the Mar-a-Lago Hotel on the banks of Lake Mulveno. It's an excellent base for seeing the Dolomites and northern Italy's most picturesque medieval cities and villages, such as Bolzano, Riva del Garda, and Trento. Then from Bolzano, take the historic narrow-gauge train up Renan Mountain for spectacular views of the Dolomites. Finally, take a leisurely sail around Lake Garda while seeing the snow-capped Alps before returning home. Next in line at number 8 is taste your way across the magnificent wine regions of France. Cruising through rural France in the spring is unique, with blossoming vines, warmer climates, and dazzling blue sky to sail under. This 7-night river trip aboard the beautiful SS Bon Voyage travels through the Garonne, Dordogne, and Gironde rivers, taking in the finest of France's wine regions. Aside from sipping your way through the ancient chateau, the trip includes a guided tour of a typical farmer's market in Libourne, following a live culinary demonstration back on board. Coming in at number 7 is explore Scotland's islands on a luxurious boat. There's no better way to discover the Scottish Highlands and Islands than on a luxury boat with a native. For a pretty royal retreat this spring, why not take an astonishing 8-day trip on Lord of the Glens, a private boat with only 27 cabins. You may explore Scotland's stunning waterways, including the Sound of Mull and the islands of Iona and Skye. Feast on fresh seafood and whiskey in Oban, search for Nessie in Loch Ness, and keep an eye out for Atlantic seals, minke whales, and porpoises on Egg. Next at number 6 is see the gorgeous French and Swiss Alps via train. Unless you are an avid skier, April is generally the ideal season to visit the Alps. There's still a coating of snow on the summits, but spring flowers are blooming and the temperature is slowly rising. A 6-day no-flight trip allows you to enjoy the stunning alpine scenery as you travel through France and Spain. Spend 5 nights at the Hotel Beauregard in La Clusaz, a fantastic base for seeing the glittering waters of Lake Annecy. It is also the thermal resort town of Aix-les-Bains in Geneva. A thrilling trip on one of the world's most famous mountain railway lines, the Mont Blanc Express, is also a must-see. Let's continue with number 5. Experience a small ship cruise through Scandinavian fjords and towns. Spring is the best season to visit the Nordic Quarter with its blue sky, lush woods, and glittering glacial lakes. This leisurely 5-night cruise aboard the lovely Balmoral departs from Newcastle and cruises over the North Sea to Oslofjord before arriving in the center of Oslo. After a day of sightseeing in this charming seaside city, you return to the ship for a 3-course supper as you cruise to Gothenburg. The beauty of this small ship trip is that you will disembark in the center of Gothenburg. The second biggest city in Sweden is known for its tree-lined boulevards and tiny Dutch-style canals. This is also the perfect season to visit Trädgårdsföreningen, one of Europe's finest kept 19th century parks. Next at number 4 is see the interesting wonders of ancient Jordan. Spring is the greatest time to visit Jordan's historic treasures and the Dead Sea before the scorching heat of summer arrives. You'll be traveling with like-minded travelers as you visit the forts and souks in the capital Amman before embarking on a 4x4 trip of the Wadi Rum Desert, followed by a night camping beneath the stars. This fascinating 8-day journey provides opportunities to meet and learn about Jordanian women's lives. Joining a family for supper in Petra, followed by a candlelight tour of the ancient city, is truly an unforgettable experience. Coming in at number 3 on the list is cruise around Holland's rivers and view the tulips in bloom. Spring is a wonderful time to visit the Netherlands when the country's notoriously flat landscape comes alive with the blooming of countless tulip fields. Here, you can relax on board the Ems Emily Bronnie's lovely spring voyage, which travels through the gorgeous Kinderdijk canals to IJsselmeer, a stunning inland bay, passing windmills and adorable towns as it glides into Amsterdam and Rotterdam. One of the highlights of this 5-day trip is a visit to Keukenhof, the world-famous gardens best viewed in spring when its 7 million tulips bloom. Next at number 2 on the list is explore Norfolk and the Sandringham Estate. With a wide open sky, sandy beaches, and attractive riverscapes, why not stick closer to home this spring and take a tour of Norfolk? This 5-day escorted trip includes a guided tour of Sandringham, which is considered one of the royal family's favorite vacation destinations. You'll spend 4 nights in Norwich and ride steam trains along the Poppy Line and the Bure Valley Railway. This picturesque part of Britain is most known for its Broads, therefore the trip includes a paddle boat tour of the Norfolk Broads, passing by the windmills and candy-colored thatched houses that make Norfolk famous. Before we go to the top of this list, be sure to like this video. If you want to know more about traveling, I have more videos about it that you can check on the channel. While you're at it, please subscribe. Don't be shy to click the notification bell so that you won't miss any of our future uploads. And now, the number 1 on the list is go on a truffle hunting and wine tasting trip in Slovenia. Spring in Slovenia is all about slow and sustainable travel, which is one of the most eco-friendly destinations in the world. Starting in Slovenia's beautiful medieval capital, Ljubljana, this extraordinary 6-day tour travels deep into Slovenia's lush forests, national parks, and natural canyons. The day trips include the mirror-like Lake Bled, a guided tour of the UNESCO-protected Skocjan Caves, and a trip to Triglav National Park. Aside from sampling Slovenian craft beers and camping, and wine tasting in the Vipava Valley, a highlight of the trip is snuffling for black and white truffles in Piran on the Istrian Peninsula. Of course, the tour is incomplete without the truffle-themed dinner in a local farmhouse. There you go, those are the best spring travel ideas for 2024. Don't hesitate to include these ideas in your itinerary for the best soaring experience. Again, please like this video and hit the subscribe button. So, which one would you like to try first? Please share it with us in the comment section below. Thanks for watching. Until next time.